Hi, thanks for joining me, Dr. Sandra Herrera Spinelli, for 2 Minute Tips to Wellness. And today's 2 minute tip is always be open to learning. So, I actually have put on my professor attire to do seriously a short, quick lecture as a follow up to my Facebook post when I um, spoke up and advocated for myself and asking for help during this time of crisis on accessing small business loans that are forgivable. Forgivable. That's a key term. And as this lecture goes through, you will understand my frustration. All right, here we go. So first, let's just start on talking about um, my training. I am a doctor of social work. So, what does that mean? I am a social worker. I am proud to be a social worker. I actually, it's really interesting that. Oh, yes, ma'am. Hold on. We're going to take a short break and we will be right back. Now, we're going to talk about social work at this higher level of what we call macro level, which is policy and advocacy part. And so would be like a good, like one thing that I think would people, an example would be per se the advocacy for universal health care. As social workers, that's one of like NASW, which is the National Association of Social Workers, is very much lobbying, and we all support this mission of this idea of universal health care because social workers our training is we see that not everyone has access or the ability to have health care, and so we advocate for that type of services. So the bottom line when it comes to this policy and advocacy, the idea is that social workers believe in evening out the playing field. We believe we need to put policies in place, create programs to those that don't have access to things so they do out these social constructs. We learned that that societies are created in a way that continue that isn't fair for everybody. That's the basis is that the social constructs, okay, or the way a society is created, there's inequalities, okay, and so social workers are very known for equality, treat everyone the same. We got to put in the policies. We need to put it in writing to make everyone to even the playing field to make it fair. Okay, so that's like the social work mentality. All right, so it's a different mindset than per se someone that says everyone can work hard, everyone can be successful if they just put enough effort into it. Kind of this mentality to pull yourself up by your bootstraps and just do it, right? So that's not social work mentality. So, okay, so there you go. That was a quick summary of social work education training and how, and that's how I perceive the world. What happened is that the government, and so here's Sandra and my natural way of being. Call me naive, I don't care. Overly optimistic, I don't care. I truly believe that everyone was doing the right thing. Everyone, when the Small Business Administration, when Congress passed laws, right, to release this money to help small businesses, like the intentions, I truly believe were great. Like, I'm not criticizing it. Yay! I mean, actually, the last time that you would have seen so much social policy, so much of the government getting involved in social programs was when there was the Great Depression. And President Roosevelt created part of the programs that are still in existence from the Great Depression would be Social Security and Medicare. And he also, the other, in creating a lot of projects like Hoover Dam so people could be employed and make money. And so besides that, this time is really amazing to see how many policies are being put in place to help the government's putting in place to help people at large, to help large communities. And so the intentions were amazingly wonderful, good, and I was very excited. And so there's these loans that everyone was talking about, and that these loans. What was so great about these loans? So just so you know, it took me 4 years to be able to get a loan to be able to expand services. Just saying. So to get small business loans it's not easy, and that's why everyone was so excited when this proposal came up. It's like, holy crap. And the freaking interest rate is just like, the opportunity for it to be forgiven, and two, for it to be forgiven. And even if it there's rules. I'm not going to go into the details, because the bottom line is the opportunity for these loans to be forgiven, whatever's not forgiven, to be at this 3% interest rate was like, it's unheard of. Okay, so that's why people were so excited. Now, so although these loans are not supposed to have so many restrictions to get, they still did. And even though when you do the application process, it was still very much opening up your soul and looking at all of your financial revenue and all your past, and they were going to your previous last year's revenue. And what happened is these billion-dollar companies have people, they're people to do this information, but the banks, the money was administered through banks for I'm actually talking specifically about the PPP, which is the Payroll Protection Program. So these big companies put in their application, and the banks still assess them as being a low risk because they have what is called capital. What capital is they have money, right? So when they look at this application and they see someone, I really say it's billion. These are not just $1 million companies. These are billions. I know it, because if you look at the numbers, if we really examine the numbers on their tax returns, we will see how many deductions that they have to show us that really they're $1 billion company. So they are a low risk person to give this loan to. And here's the thing that I'm not sure everyone knows, but the banks make money. The banks make money. They're getting paid. The banks are getting paid by the government to say, hey, support these small businesses. give them the money, and we're going to pay you to give them the money. So the banks are making money, and also they want to also make sure that their loans get paid back if they don't get forgiven. Okay. So here's the thing. I do have a wonderful mentor who is a true millionaire. She's a millionaire business owner, right? And so we were talking about this, and she was saying that she did not even apply for this PPP loan. She could have, right? Because she is a small business. And she said, no, I didn't even apply because I'm $1 million company and I have capital. I don't need it. What a concept, right? What a concept. I don't need it. So I just want to do a difference. And so we have $1 million company that has capital, savings, money, and says, I don't need this, so I'm not applying for that loan. I'm going to take advantage of these other credits, these other programs that are available to support my business. Beautiful, right? So, so by the time they got to my application, when they got to my application right here, they said, oh, I'm so sorry. All these other small businesses already got your money. And they used up all the funds. I'm sorry. There's no money for you, Tiny. I'm Tiny. I'm high risk because I don't have capital. High risk new business or business expansion. So if a bank looks at an application, now, per se, I'm sure I'm going to get criticized and people are going to say, no, this does not happen. When money is involved, when people are going to be making money and you have the opportunity to give someone money with a guarantee return or give someone money with high risk, although, can I say, that was the whole intention of this loan. So that these businesses can stay in business. Not for billion-dollar businesses to hoard money and no. So anyways. So that was the intention, right? And like this $1 million, $2 million company, because not only my mentor shared with me that she didn't apply, I know there's other $1 million companies with business ethics and knew that it wasn't intended for them. It was intended to support tiny businesses so they can endure. Okay, so so that's why I advocated for myself. So, and especially because there was so much publicity about all this help the government was giving our community. Oh, guys. So, when there's discussions about that the 1%, when you hear that the 1% have most of the control most of the money. This is like I'm a perfect case study. I mean, this is a perfect example. If you cannot see that these billion-dollar corporations got the money, these billion-dollar corporations are in control of our money, then I don't know how else to explain this concept that a small percentage of our country has all this influence on money. So anyways, and so here's the thing. And so what is that? So here's the thing. Like, don't worry about me. We're not getting out of business. Like, I'm gonna get a loan. right? So I'm going to get a loan, not a problem, right? So the difference is I need to pay this back. I'm hoping they give me 30 years. I don't know. We'll see what the term is. So 30 years. And so none of this gets forgiven. Like I can get a loan at a good rate in comparison to others. So, but it's not going to get forgiven. That's what the difference of these special monies that were released through the CARES Act is. That these loans get forgiven. They don't have to pay it back. So if that is not an injustice, I don't know what to say. Thank you for tuning in. I'll do another video on other topics. So wellness tip today is be open to learning. I hope this was helpful. I'm not making it up. This is true. You're living it. I'm living it. But it's going to be okay. We're going to be opening doors as soon as we're allowed. Continue with providing services that we do. I'm just not going to be quiet about the injustices that are happening. All right, take care. Bye-bye.